Hello and welcome to Season Quest. I'm Tom, and I'm going to be playing the DM in this final episode of Puppets. Whoa, holy crud. Exciting much? Hope you enjoy. She had a little doll, which was green. Little green doll. And it was of the show, it was of the character Alma from the show Craftastrophe.
I think we need Ethan to apologise to Melina, because she's mad and she just wants us to stay here.
I don't know if I can spend another fucking however much longer in this world. That bush is looking mighty inviting.
We're all remembering being in the hospital and not having, well, I don't want to say it the way it is, but not having a whole lot of time left ourselves. So worrying about how little time we have here, we may have even less in that other world, that other reality, the other us. And I know we do need to get back there. We can't live in a fantasy our whole life.
Alright, one more episode. Let's go get Ethan, have him apologize, learn his little morals.
Let's go.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy. Yeah.
Another prison break?
It'll be easy. I'll just ask.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll meet back on set tomorrow morning. I'll get Ethan on the way.
Oh.
I mean, the crew's all gone home now.
But-
unless they haven't.
Why do we need to go to the studio? Wouldn't we rush off to the prison and break in and get Mohawk Mo now?
Well, I mean, we know where Alma's going to be tomorrow morning. On set. Because that's where Alma's going to be.
Are they?
Yes, I bet.
Alright, I'll take that bet.
What if it's some money on this, Charlie? No. Tom can influence this.
I mean, I'll write down.
I mean, you already know what we're betting on, though.
Yeah, but I already know what the answer is.
Okay.
I bet you 5 puppet dollars.
I thought you were going to say human dollars.
Human dollars when we wake up, if we wake up.
Human dollars when we wake up, sure.
That,
You don't think he's going to be there?
No, I think like what I said to Robert over here, it's just like how it started. Alma's gone again.
But no, Melina, she wants to play.
Alright,
And the game is the show.
We'll see.
And I guess we go home?
Yeah.
Do we want to go to the prison together in the morning?
Yeah, sure. Let's say we have to be on set at 9. We'll meet there at 8.
Why don't you come back to the mansion and stay there for the evening? I can have Dr. Butler set up some eggs for us.
One last sleepover.
Sure.
Okay. I was gonna go
Sure.
home and just like stay awake the entire night and just stare at a wall, but I can do a sleepover.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
I guess if we're heading out of the hospital, I suppose we should check the bushes and stuff anyway. See if
Yeah.
Alma's just lying in the bushes. Really anticlimactic. He's like lying there, broken arms. We're off.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
You want to check the bushes?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to the bush that Yalma fell through, and when you reach your hand into it, it almost feels like it just keeps going. Like you can't feel the ground. It keeps going.
So tempting.
We might have a bit of a problem here. I can't seem to find the branches or base of this here bush.
Well.
No, that's what I say to start my voice.
Well,
Well, I think it's
No, that's what I say.
this is our way out when this is all over. Aim for the bushes.
Do you have a cheeky try of what the hole is now?
But I'm pretty sure, because...
Stick your face in.
Okay.
you're sticking your face in?
Yeah.
You stick your face in, and you feel...
Sorry if something bad happens.
Yeah, I take it when I put my hand through, I didn't feel anything. Like,
Yeah.
You felt an intense burning and we decided not to tell you.
Put your face in that.
Knock it in.
You stick your face in, and you see an area that's like, it's almost like when you put your head through, in movies when a character puts their hand through, like, when they stick their head down and somehow it come up. You know what I mean?
No!
You stick your head through the bush and your head pokes out of another bush in a hospital, but the bush looks a little different.
in the hospital?
Outside the hospital. The bush looks a little different, and so does the hospital. Everything's sort of flat and colourful and like painted, right? Almost. It looks animated.
Caesar, comes out of the bush and says, "It's animated, like a little picture or a painting."
Should we go through?
I think that's sort of like the end thing where we almost like throw away our personas and let the kid have it. I don't know. I think that's my understanding of it. That might be our last step.
Okay,
that might be close the curtains, jump in a bush, hey, bibbity bobbity.
Let's do the apology thing first then. Let's go back to the manor.
Okie dokie.
I help in my hearse with Dr. Butler.
Dr. Butler's just been sitting outside the hospital this whole time.
He did hang his head for that moment. Then I hung my head instead.
I'll drive the golf cart over so we have that with us as well.
How are you getting there?
Pick a
you
side.
Get in the fucking car, Caesar.
Okay. I get in the car.
Caesar panics, jumps in bush.
You
I
guys...
get in the hearse.
Is this your first time in the hearse?
I think we all got a ride at a point.
I don't know.
Because you were arrested when they were both in the hearse.
I've spent a lot of time in the golf cart. I want to try some hearse action.
Some hearse action. That's what that's how people get into funeral businesses. Listen, I spent a lot of time in a golf cart, but I'm not going to get some hearse action. You guys get to the mansion. Do you want to do anything there? Dr. Butler can cook you up some egg. Plenty of eggs this season.
Plenty. I don't need to eat.
Well, I guess none of us do. But I still find comfort in the ability to eat egg.
I'll share an egg dinner with you guys.
One last time.
So begrudged.
Do we still have,
I checked out.
I know the toy disappeared of Alma.
Yeah.
Do we still have other things, like the lukewarm wheels car?
Yeah, you'd still have that.
Cool.
And,
all the photos of, like, the burning down Alma's house with a chimney that we could never find the fireplace to,
Yeah.
and...
Everything that you've collected over your journey, you still have, provided you didn't get rid of it. Except for the Alma doll, which disappeared along with the frog. You guys have a lovely egg dinner, and you go, yum, egg.
Yum, egg.
Yum, egg.
Yum, egg.
And I'm guessing you go to bed?
I don't know.
It feels weird to go to bed on this note.
Shall we stop for a little bit, see if anything weird happens?
We could watch an episode of Craftastrophe. We got the DVDs.
Yeah.
We could not.
I'm going to need something from you guys.
We'll just stay up for a bit.
Okay.
Have a smoke.
You have a smoke. You guys stay up. And similar to what happened when you were arrested, things do start to get a little bit weirder. Dr. Butler, over time, sort of becomes less responsive until eventually he just becomes that like sort of just puppet from...
He's aging rapidly.
He's reverse Benjamin Buttoning. Until he becomes similar to like how he was that last night you stayed awake. And when you got arrested, which wasn't last night, that was a couple weeks ago. Sorry. Aside from that, because you're in the mansion, you don't notice anything else happening, but you can feel that same feeling where the air starts to become a little crisper. It starts to become a little more tangible. And as you sit in this like awake state, you have room to think and you have room to remember. And you think about your life before you became puppets, you know? Like Benicio del Trade was an artist and he liked to paint and he wanted to go to art school and stuff like that, but he wasn't really super passionate about like a job or anything. He was just like, that's what I like to do, so I might as well try and make it into a job. But then when he got sick, it was kind of like an excuse for him. He could just go and have some more time to figure himself out. And you, Cindy Crawford, you always wanted to you were a nurse and you wanted to do more than be a nurse, but it was sort of like, it felt like the best course of action for you. And it was fun. You enjoyed it. You liked going to work every day and stuff like that. There were points where it was depressing, but for the most part, you got along with your co-workers and stuff like that. And when you got sick, it almost felt like a bit of a shoes on the other foot situation. You know what I mean? You suddenly saw it from a different perspective. And it became a little bit depressing for you, your job. And Robert, you've had a pretty shit life.
Yeah.
A pretty lonely life. And your time in the hospital has only reminded you of that as you get visited maybe once a month by your kids, and kind of maybe Mr. Greyscale's kind of a relief because at least when you're Mr. Greyscale, you're famous and everyone knows your name.
Yeah, having flashes of my past / real life, I guess. I think back to that daydream at night I had where I was in a war, and I start to remember flashes of losing the people around me and deciding, making the decision to not let people close to me anymore, returning from the war, my wife being sick and passing away, my kids there but not feeling that closeness or companionship with them anymore, and eventually ending up in the hospital.
Your best friend was Commissioner Hartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
You worked with him at your old detective agency. He was a real guy.
He was a real guy.
And
I was a detective for a hot minute.
And when he passed away, it kind of felt like that's your last thing. What else is there?
Case closed.
Aside from just surviving because you have to. Because that's what people do.
Whew. And
True moment, am I right, guys?
Yes, the three of us share snippets of memories where we can. We try and think of positive and good times as well as the bad, but I guess when we try and think of positive times, most of them seem to be better in the puppet world than flashing through my memory at the moment.
Hey guys, I got an idea. I'm talking to Poppy and Mr. Greyscale.
Thank God, I thought he was going to say Dr. Butler and I wasn't involved in this, but...
I'm talking to Dr. Butler. I got a great idea.
We have a unique opportunity here tonight. This may very well be our last night in a world of no consequences. Let's throw a fucking rager tonight.
Who are we inviting? Nobody's conscious.
It's already after 9 p.m. Everybody else will be well asleep.
Everyone's a void.
Avoiding you, maybe. Sorry.
It doesn't have to be the town. It doesn't have to be everybody. It could be just us. We can run around and smash all the windows and throw shit in the air and then catch it if we are able to, and drink everything without getting drunk. That's a thing that happens.
This is the most 17-year-old shit I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, you're thinking, fuck, I did that when I was
I was
18, but I'm 30 now.
Fuck that noise.
The idea of your anarchy being smash windows,
and
throw things in the air, and catch them again, and drink.
I feel like we could also probably convince the town to show up for one last party. I feel like we have a little bit more control over this world as well than we think we do.
This is manic, sure.
Dr. Butler, would you mind putting a call out to...
Send out the all-call.
to Dee Dee.
That's it. To Dee Dee. That's our only friend, I guess.
Dee Dee's a fun drunk, though.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll invite Charlie. He's always down.
He's always drinking, even on set.
Got that pink eye gin.
We'll get Producer over here. We'll get
Flossie
McTooth.
All the frog cops.
Yeah, alright, let him in.
And as you say that, you hear a knock at the door.
It's your house.
Alright. Dr. Butler, would you mind?
Dr. Butler skulks over.
Is he still buffering, weirdly?
Yeah, he's still puppety. He opens the door, and a torrent of puppets come in. All ones that you recognize, and some that you don't. Some that are just, voids. And they begin to dance in place. Like you would in a party.
Fuck yeah. Look, Poppy, we'll have our, little goodbyes and emotional moments tomorrow during recording. I think that's a good spot for it. But tonight, just let go.
We're recording now. This is off mic. Don't put this in the podcast. Charlie just wants this to happen.
This party's for us, not the audience.
I don't think this is very much my scene, says.
It's not Cindy's scene, but Poppy loves to have fun with her friends.
Cindy hates people and she has no friends.
No, that's Robert.
Robert?
I roll my eyes, I'm like, fine.
Come on, Poppy, maybe you
I
could...
roll my pipe cleaners.
Maybe you could fold yourself into something fun and enjoy the party. I meant...
Maybe you could fold yourself into being not such a fucking bitch. Maybe you could fold yourself into something that's a little less stuck up. How about that?
Maybe you can fold the stick out of your ass. Christ.
I meant
Fold the pipe cleaner out of your eyes.
I meant like a paper airplane.
I just think a little bit of Robert came through there as well.
Maybe instead of being such a fucking asshole all the time, you can fucking fold yourself into a fucking cool guy.
Look, Dee Dee's already dancing on the table.
Does anyone seem happy? Or are
Yeah,
they
they're
just
dancing.
moving?
They're having fun. They're dancing.
But do they seem like they're actually enjoying it, or are they like, for lack of a better word, do they seem like they're just being like puppeted?
Just going
Yeah.
through the motions.
They look like they're being kind of puppeted. Just moving, dancing, like you should. at a party.
Like you should, Lucy. Start dancing.
But you fold yourself into a dancer. Into a tiny dancer.
It all just feels very hollow, you know?
Yeah, sure, but I mean,
Take that hand out of your ass. And...
Okay,
We're puppets.
we need to leave me alone.
Fine, we'll take the hand out of my ass.
yeah, it's all hollow, but like, we can pretend one more night. Tonight, I'm really Caesar, and I'm looking at these puppets as friends, and I'm seeing them not as just felt little guys doing dances. These are my friends. We're having fun, and that's how I choose to see it tonight. One last time.
One last time.
Can I help you?
Sorry, you see friends and Troy like shot.
It's never go down my spine.
Yeah, shiver, but it looks like you're like, yeah, I see
Great.
them as my friends and Troy. It was so involuntary, that rule.
I'm gonna go get Dr. Butler so drunk he breaks a window. Alright. Have fun, you two.
Sure.
Yeah, you go out and you start partying, you're having a good time. Again, like Beniko fades away. You natural 20. You're having a really good
So I
time.
said I wanted to roll for party.
Yeah, Caesar, you're having a blast party.
Fuck yeah. I'm making Dr. Butler do shots with me.
Yeah, and he's going, tossing them back, and when he throws the
Nice.
drink, it just goes behind him. He's not throwing it into his mouth,
And I'm like, man, Dr. Butler, you can throw him back.
and he starts throwing it back for a real one, and twerking all over you. He kind of flails with like a bit of absurdity, but he's still not talking to you.
Yeah.
How most people describe Tom. He kind of flails about with a bit of absurdity.
He doesn't talk to you.
Poppy/Cindy, you doing anything?
I'm just watching.
Okay. And Mr. Greyscale/Mr. Greyford, you doing anything?
I am deciding to party. I've got eggs. I'm tossing them out to all of my friends and
Throw things up.
catch them again. Yeah, I'm throwing eggs out to the crowd. I popped all of my. That doesn't make
Molly's.
sense.
Champagne.
No, I was gonna say
Pussy.
I popped.
Pop every last one of
I
them.
popped all of my pussy. I popped all of the DVDs of Craftastrophe into the DVD player because that's how DVD players work.
Yeah.
And it's just playing all of the seasons, shuffled.
At once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We had a CD player at my old house where you could put
Have
a
disc
bunch
trays,
in them.
yeah. So that's what this DVD player is, but it's got every episode of
Badass.
yeah. Every episode badass.
and when you put on Craftastrophe, a few of the people like Dee Dee and producer kind of stare at the screen a little bit, confused. They stop partying, and then they look over at you.
Shit, they're gonna find out I bootlegged all these DVDs.
And while the episode plays, they just stare.
At me and the show.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just stare at the
I
show.
toss eggs.
You continue to toss it.
Yeah.
I drunkenly saunter over to Dee Dee, and I'm like, don't watch the show. You'll figure out the reality of the world. Keep partying. Look at me.
Dee Dee turns its head limp,
Look, one of the DVDs frisbee. Wow. Up in the air. Catch it?
and it hits the ground.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to Dr. Butler.
You, Poppy, notice that as the night goes on, more and more of the puppets begin to turn into these void creatures, puppets. They no longer sort of have discernible features. Almost as though, like, the ones that you know the most are sticking around because you remember them better. And the memory on the rest of them is starting to fail.
After a little bit, I just kind of like leave. Quite sad because the bit Poppy liked was like having this show and doing like the fun things, and this is just kind of like the bit we're lingering on is just the awful part of it. Just how creepy it is. And how, like, so many of our friends aren't real. So, yeah, Poppy just leaves and goes to bed.
And when you lie down in bed...
By leave, you mean, like, go into the guest room that you're staying in? Cool.
You go into bed, you close your eyes, and you wake up, and it's daytime. And you guys, who are partying, you feel yourself, you almost just sort of black out for a second. And you wake up in your bed, in Mr. Greyscale's place.
No sleep till... bedtime.
You feel fine. You feel well rested.
Well,
and everything is back to normal. The windows that you broke are no longer broken. The things you threw up in the air and caught are back in their place.
Thank goodness.
No egg on the ground.
There's no people there?
No people there.
well, that was a good enough send-off as any. I go outside of the room, go down to a little breakfast nook.
Tom's sitting there. Tom Nook, not me.
Yeah, I get up, I'll go down as well.
Yeah, I also.
Yeah. And you guys go and you've got breakfast waiting for you.
It's earlier than usual, I imagine, because we plan to go somewhere before shooting, and we usually plan to go straight to shoot.
Yeah, sure. I mean, normally when you wake up, I don't know what fucking shoot you guys are on where the actors show up at 9. It'll be a pretty late start. Makeup's going to take another hour and a half, and then they're going to...
We're wrapped by 5. I imagine it's a day shoot.
Yeah, normally you'd start...
We film multiple episodes in a day.
You guys are freaks.
Lucy said
I just said a time.
We're very efficient.
I said 9.
Yeah, I said 9 just for like a placeholder.
Bullshit. Anyways.
You accepted it.
Yeah, and I was pissed about it at the time. You sit down, your breakfast is a little smiley face, pancake with egg, whatever they use for a nose, and bacon, mouth smile.
Like usually there isn't a nose in those types.
Yeah, it's just no nose.
Bacon and eggs on pancakes?
Yeah, it's normal.
It's like a Hollywood kid breakfast where you put like a big pancake and then you make a little face with the bacon and eggs.
Oh, the butter can be the nose.
Or a strawberry.
Or a strawberry.
I hate it.
Bacon and egg and pancakes isn't that weird. It's a thing that people have.
I don't like it.
Would it be better if it was like waffles
That's
or
fucking damage today.
I
All of you need to stop being so fucking rude.
I thought your reaction was funny.
I mean, pancakes and bacon make sense. I think it is the eggs that...
Syrup
eggs
on
and
bacon is
pancake.
good.
Syrup on egg is good.
And
Egg
we
for bar.
eat breakfast if we want, and then we go to the police station.
Yeah.
I don't
and
eat breakfast.
You've given up. And the frogs are like, oh, hello, Poppy heroes, might I say. Poppy, Mr. Greyscale, and the third guy, Caesar Canvas.
Don't call me that.
We're going to be taking Mohawk Mo with us.
Oh, any reason?
Oh, we'll bring him back. We just have to do some work on Craftastrophe, and then yes, he'll come back.
Oh, okay. Sure thing. Hold on, let me just...
Do you still have them?
The keys?
No, I'm not talking to you,
Would I
frog.
still have the keys?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, let me help you see if I can find them, and I just pretend to find them. Oh,
the keys.
behind your ear.
Do you want to do it as like a magic trick?
Yeah.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Oh, that's not...
Flight of hand.
What would be the...
Fight of hand.
I
Flight
guess
of
this
hand.
would be charm, I would imagine. I would say a DC of 8.
I am just going to pass, if I may.
Yeah, you may.
Yay. Oop.
Oopsie. And he goes, oh, wow, amazing trick. They
Thank
were
you.
behind 30 years, I guess. Even though I don't have ears, I'm a frog. Oh, okay, well, you go unlock it then, I guess.
Imagine the cell's just unlocked anyway, because it's been locked.
You open it up, it's unlocked the whole time.
Cool.
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, I had another question for the frog cop, but I can
Oh, no,
wait.
ask the frog cop a
Okay,
question
thanks.
first.
I closed the cell door.
Hold that thought.
What about that other prisoner that was in here? Prisoner Pete. Whereabouts is he? I don't know why I'm addressing you, Lucy, but where is
I
Prisoner
know.
Pete?
Prisoner Pete. I don't recognize the name.
You bastards.
He was the what was he? Because you know how
He was like-
Elmo is a monster. Like that's what type of puppet he is. Like
he was
is
a
he
monster.
He's a
too.
monster.
He was a
Cool.
monster who was chained into the thing.
He was like a tall monster, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's
Yeah.
very tall. He made crunchy noises.
He was the tall, crunchy-looking monster who sat in the cell.
Well, no, because Mohawk Mo sits in the cell. He's the prisoner, so...
I see. Well, another mystery. I say we we extend this season
He's not real. He's not real. He's not real.
I think we extend the season by 13 more episodes and we go on a whole nother mystery.
Troy, I'm not lying. I would kill myself. I couldn't do 13 more episodes of this. I've barely made it 12.
It's easy. Just put more heroes in there.
Suddenly, Hallow shows up.
Ethan, we're gonna go to the to where we would film Craftastrophe, and I know it's really hard, but I want you to apologize to Melina.
Yep.
One day I'm gonna remember her name normally.
It's the name of the town.
Today.
Yeah, I know it's the name of the town.
Just, I feel like someone should have been like, oh, the name of the town is the girl. But no one did that.
You did that quite angrily at one point.
Yeah, because none of you did it.
No, I didn't. What's the dim?
De? That means of in Spanish. DES. Of Melina.
I know it's really hard to apologize sometimes, but I want you to apologize to Melina for throwing away her toy.
Melina? Holy shit. That's the name of the town.
And De.
Okay. Would that help us get out?
I think so.
Alright. I'll apologize. I'll say sorry.
Let's go.
Okay. And he grabs your hand.
And I walk with him to the golf cart and we drive over to set.
And now more than ever you're feeling like, because before Mohawk Mo felt like an eagle, he felt like around your age. Now more than ever you're feeling like Mohawk Mo is small and frail and a kid. Frail little fucking pussy kid. Boom, dome that cunt.
Do we have...
Charlie, why'd you say that? Frail little fucking pussy kid. Dome that cunt.
Get that unit guy out of here.
Say dome that cunt.
Dome that cunt.
It sounds like, when you say it, it sounds sexual.
That's just Charlie. I feel like I've never heard you say cunt before.
I'm gonna dome that cunt.
Like, I know that's probably not true.
No, I said it earlier today.
Say it.
Cunt.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why I don't say it a lot.
Say the F word.
Fuck.
Now I'm whacking it.
Now you say the F word.
Fuck.
Now you say the F word.
Fuck. And yeah, we go to set.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any reason to believe anyone else might be a human trapped as puppet?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
None at all?
Well,
No.
I don't know, it's up to you guys.
I don't think so.
Because, like, I don't think Elliot the Squirrel was, for example.
He was
Or
just a guy.
Carrot, Butt, and Bok Choy.
They were producers of other shows.
In my head, they're interpretations of people around us.
Yeah.
But not the actual people themselves.
Could you imagine we escaped Dr. fucking Butler was a human all along and we've just had him as my little servant?
You get out, Dr. Butler was just a doctor. Like an actual doctor that you somehow took on as your butler. Hello, I'm Dr. Butler. That's my real name. Beep. Beep.
And we get to set.
He's a monitor.
And you get to sit.
Hall monitor.
That's fucking stupid. You get to sit, and everything's all set up for you to film. But Alma's not there.
Woo! Let's go to the bush.
So we just turn around and leave, we walk out.
We could do a little, like, filmed apology-centered episode, and then in the imagination of Melina, she'll understand that, and then we go.
Yeah, let's try that.
I feel like we should do one last little recording.
One last episode.
Let's each film a little segment.
Okay.
Who's going first? Let's roll the dice and see who gets the highest.
8.
7.
19.
Christ.
Okay, you go first.
Thank you.
Are you not just filming his apology, or are you filming an actual
No, we're
segment?
filming our own goodbyes.
We're doing little goodbyes to the
Okay.
world, too.
Okay,
and then
sure
we'll
thing.
film his apology, and then we'll fucking leave.
Let us
Sure thing.
farewell and appreciate your world, Tom.
Fine.
Welcome back to Kaiser's The Canvas Corner. Today we're going to paint a friend, and I start painting Green Almer, and I start, as I'm painting him, I'm like, a lot of friends come and go, and it's sad to see them go, but remember, the part of you that was here, that was your friend, will always live with you, and that's what I have this little painting for. This was my friend. He might have been gone, but in my heart he stays.
Beautiful.
Mm.
And you got a 7, right?
I did.
Okay, so next up is Poppy Mâché. Poppy Mâché.
Do you want to go next? Because I've also got Ethan. with me.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just disobey the dice roll. Sure, Lucy, whatever.
You'll need the bad luck later.
It will.
Your bad luck.
Also, it's Mr. Greyscale, so like I don't really have.
Just say your final goodbyes.
Yeah, Mr. Greyscale wanders in with his detective kit on, and he heads up, looks straight into through his magnifying glass straight into the camera, and then lowers it. Well, hello there, boys and girls, and everyone else out there. I just want to say a massive hello to all my friends, and a goodbye to any friends we lost along the way. Craftastrophe has been a big part of our journey here, and I think it's time I finally closed this case. And he turns around and there's a case with the word case, and it's open, and he closes it. My work here is done. The world doesn't have to always be quite so grey. And he opens a curtain, the clouds will part, and there's a rainbow moment. You know, just a nice little coloured
Very lovely.
piece.
You do that. And when you close the case, you put it in the fridge, and now it's a cold case.
Exactly.
I'm sitting at the wee table I would have at my section with Ethan sitting next to me there, and we're both folding little paper dolls, a lot like the one we found of me. Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye to people, and it's also really hard to say sorry when we make mistakes. But it's really important because we need our friends to know that if we make a mistake, we didn't mean to and we want to do better. And it doesn't mean the friendship's over, something bad happened, but we can forgive and hopefully move on. Right, Ethan?
Yeah, right.
Is there something you wanted to say?
Yeah. And he looks up at the camera and he goes, Melina, I'm sorry that I took your toy and I threw him away. I didn't mean to, and I know that I can't bring him back, but if you let us go, then I'll make sure that I can bring it back to you, okay? And I hope that you get better soon. Bye. Shout out.
Producer's just standing there like, the hell was that?
He's like, we still got a whole other episode to do.
Flossie, McTooth, and all the crayon people are just like, we didn't write this.
I wrote a perfectly good episode, and I'm feeling pretty disrespected because my episode was all about saying hello.
And I look straight into the camera. I'm like, thank you for watching Craftastrophe. This has been the best time. And I'm sad it's over, but it's time. Good night.
Show's over, kids. Go home.
I hope you felt how much it meant to us to have you watch us and be part of it.
Cut. What are you guys doing? What was that? That's not the script. That's not the. What's going on?
I get up from the table. I'm like, sorry, but it's time we go.
I pay you. You can't just go.
Speaking of which, this is for my pay cut.
Are you gonna hit him?
I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna roll for brawn. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, it is my D20.
And he'll
We
roll.
can die in fights.
And he'll roll. I guess a
real life.
flight check.
If you die as a puppet, you die in real.
It's crazy that we've had this is
Two
our
combat.
second interaction of combat, and both of them is because we started something. I guess Coconutty, we kind of did, kind of didn't.
Look, it's just meant to be like a cool, punch him as we walk out.
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
This guy's an
obviously
asshole.
my pay got cut when they realised I never filmed Puppet Noir Murders.
Ready?
I'm scared.
You got an 8.
I got an 8. If it...
Do you get a plus to anything?
Oh, brawn? No.
What are you skilled at?
Fight is my special skill. Oh, wait, is it not fight?
It would be fight, yeah.
Oh, so I rolled the wrong dice.
Well, actually, it actually doesn't matter which one. It could be brawn. Or
No, I'm pretty sure it does matter, and I rolled the wrong dice. Now let me roll the correct dice so it doesn't...
Hey.
You, producer kind of, tries to dodge it but he isn't seeing it coming, and you just punch him in his cabbage face, and he falls to the ground. He goes, "Oh, security! Please help!"
Obviously, a puppet hand by itself isn't that strong, but when you're holding a magnifying glass with the handle of it between your fingers,
glass.
yeah, this is the stem handle of the magnifying glass between
This
my
is the
puppet
stem.
fingers.
I throw punches to break thumbs. My thumbs.
I throw thumbs.
I kind of shield Ethan from this.
He's like, "Wow!"
Come on, let's go.
But a mohawk penetrates back through. Holy shit, that was rad!
And as we're leaving, I shout out, and Charlie, I feel like you need to hear this for some reason. Fuck you, you're an asshole. Bye.
Charlie, I feel like you need to hear this for some reason. You matter. You matter. You mean something to someone. You matter.
And we go.
You go to the hospital, and you go into the bush.
Yeah.
Should we just sort of like cannonball in, or what do you think?
After you.
Okay. A cannonball in.
You cannonball
Bonsai!
and you pop out the other side, and you're in a cartoon world. It's like kind of Justice League type cartoon. Not necessarily as Looney Toony.
I'd like to go second, is that okay?
Go for it.
Around and down the mulberry bush, and then I leap through.
And you leap through and you come out the other side, and you, Caesar / Benico / Charlie, you see
Troy / Mr. / Robert.
You see Robert come out, but Robert doesn't look like Mr. Greyscale. Robert looks like a superhero. Not stealing your thunder.
What the fuck?
This is from earlier when we said you could extend it by 13 episodes by adding heroes, right?
What kind of superhero do you look like?
Robert is in a full silver costume with a cape, kind of old, like graying hair, and big muscles. Whoa. And what you see, Robert, of Benico is he's a sort of Batman style figure, right? But instead of being in like a bat costume, it's a very like toga-y sort of thing, and then the cowl looks kind of like a centurion helmet.
Ethan, do you want to go through next?
Yeah, I guess so. And Ethan goes through.
He's right behind you.
He's got to say a tree thing. We both said tree things before jumping through.
Okay. I guess I'll branch out and go to somewhere new. And he goes through. And when he comes out, he looks like a little wimpy little kid, not like a superhero.
I kind of turn and look back at Demelina one last time and give it a little wave, just to the place that's been home for so long. And I... Okay.
Okay, time to leave.
And I get in the bush.
And you go into the bush and you come out and you see, instead of a paper girl, you see a human woman. She comes out and she has a long paper cape and these cool paper domino mask. It's pretty dope. You guys are superheroes.
This wasn't what I was expecting, to be honest.
And you see it's like a big city all around you, and you see a big sign, like kind of hovering above the city that says Melinotropolis.
Oh, fuck me.
You look around, it's this huge city with like people just flying everywhere.
We did it, we're awake. Roll credits.
And a girl flies towards you, and she's in a superhero costume, and she goes... And she looks like the girl that you remember from the hospital, although obviously a lot stronger, a lot less sick. And she goes, "What about this? Is this game more fun for you guys?" Fuck.
Is she green or yellow?
She's normal. She's human.
What about her costume? Is it green or yellow?
Green and yellow.
Sprite.
Australia.
She's got the Sprite logo on her chest.
Melina, it's not that we don't want to play a game, it's that we have to wake up now, okay?
But...
Playtime's over. We'll do it again, but for now, playtime's over.
But I don't get to play like the normal kids. I can't go out, and so I thought you guys, because you can't either, maybe you'd like to be with me.
We did have a really good time, but we can't do this forever. I'm really sorry.
There's a time for games, and there's a time for putting away the toys and facing reality, talking, making some real human connections.
But I've already lost my best friend, my favourite toy, and now you guys are going to leave too?
We're going to see if we can find the toy for you, okay, Melina?
Okay.
But we need to wake up to do it.
Okay. Can I at least have someone to stay behind and play with?
I don't think so, Melina.
Okay.
Unless Ethan, you want to stick around.
He doesn't.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You told me all about this Craftastrophe when we were sharing our hospital room, Melina, and you told me every episode always ends the same. They learn the lesson, they're better friends, and they move on to their next adventures. I think we all have to wake up and move on to our next adventures.
Okay. Do you guys promise you won't hate me when you wake up?
I promise.
Yeah, I promise.
No, of course.
come with me then. And she leads you guys flying. You all fly.
Oh, fuck
and
yeah.
it feels amazing.
Yeah.
You've never
Ethan
flown.
as well?
Ethan is being carried by one of you.
I'll carry him.
And you guys fly, and you fly into
Can we take Ethan one arm each, and you know that thing parents do where they're like, wee,
Yeah.
wee, and we let go and just
No.
then Charlie can go grab him.
And as you fly through the sky, you leave this sort of like cityscape behind, and you fly through, and you see images flash of like sort of from the perspective of someone, and you see looking up and you know, watching Craftastrophe, watching superhero shows, watching all sorts of stuff, and you see her one day like fall over during school, and then you see Robert Grayford talking to her, and he's this grumpy old man who's like reading a newspaper the whole time he's talking to this girl, like barely acknowledging her. And you see
Lucy just gave me the dirtiest
No,
look.
I didn't mean to.
Lucy, it's a narrative. I wasn't there.
why the fuck were you so mean to this kid? And you see a nurse who's like being really nice to her and has been this whole time, and you see like bringing her like, you know, an extra little fruit cup, and then you see this like teenager who's like so like totally chill. He's pulled his doctor's robe up into a toga, and he's doing this like big Shakespearean performance. And you see her doodling pictures, and you see her doodle first Mr. Greyscale, then Poppy Mâché, then Caesar Canvas, and then Alma, finally. And she writes above all of their heads your guys' name. Cindy for Poppy, Robert for Mr. Greyscale, and Benico for Caesar. And then you see Mr. Greyscale's asleep, and you see you asleep, and then finally you see
Poppy Mâché.
Cindy asleep, and then you see Benico asleep, and then finally you see a toy get wrestled out of Melina's hand by a little kid who throws it out the window angrily and laughs, and then it's the puppet show, and it's happy times, and you guys wake up in bed, all of your memories, and you feel weak. You feel like you haven't moved in years.
Oh, yes, pain.
You in particular, Robert, when you wake
Yeah.
up, you feel like this pain in your side that like it's unregisterable. It's so bad. And you've got this like breathing helper on. You wake up and you're in beds to the side of each other. A nurse kind of like looks over it as you open your eyes and goes, can I, doctor, hold on, sorry, she starts like jamming on the nurse's calling station. You, Cindy?
Yeah.
Benico?
Yeah. I
Um,
fucking hope so.
at the same time. That's crazy. Sorry. Hello, I'm Nurse Greg. Greg. I'm Nurse Greg. I've been looking after you guys. You've just, I mean, the doctor will fill you in and stuff.
Thank you.
When you
Thanks,
wake up,
Greg.
Robert.
Yeah, I'm gonna start hitting my emergency, like, you know, my attention button, the give me
Yeah.
attention please medical staff button.
Yeah, and you look over and you see a girl who's like 9 probably at this point, and she's just fast asleep still. A doctor comes up to you, the three of you individually, and talks to you. When he's talking to you two, he sort of goes like, yeah, so we had a surgery, an operation to remove the tumour, and it was a success. We managed to do it, but something went wrong. You slipped. You never woke up from your sleep stuff. We were kind of keeping you around, but it's looking like the removal was a success, and you feel on your head this like scar.
Ooh, big one.
It's
Oh.
like a big scar, but you can feel, you know, it's also like a pressure been taken off. You don't have as bad of a headache as you used to.
Ugh.
Are the others okay?
The others?
Benico, Robert, Ethan, and
Hello, I'm right next to you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Benico, yeah,
Benico.
Robert, Ethan, and Melina.
Whee! You remembered her name.
I know, right? I had to think about it.
I'm not the doctor in charge of Benico, but Robert, as I understand, he's not been doing so well. And Robert,
And Ethan?
Ethan, I'm not in charge of Ethan or Melina either. That's
Can you
more of the
please
child
find out?
doctor. Yeah, I can look into it for you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Robert, the doctor comes up to you and is like, we tried to remove the the sort of tumor in your stomach and your kidney, but
Liver.
But it's kind of too aggressive. There was a lot of problems with it. Bullet wound nearby. It's come back, but I mean, we're happy to keep you here, and we'll just keep working on it. I mean, we're just happy you've woken up. We were worried that you weren't going to.
Did my family visit while I was under?
Your son and daughter came by every so often to see how you were doing and talk about what the options are.
How long's it been?
3 years.
I've been in a coma for 3 years, and wow, okay.
What if it was all a dream?
What? Wait.
I was
Melina-opolis.
Wait.
This is a Malene hospital.
Wait, guys, this is a podcast.
Welcome to Malee's Quest.
There's a space in it.
Yeah, Charlie was fucking... He went insane when he found out that Season Quest isn't one word.
There's an officially there's a space in Season Quest.
You have the Twitter. You're in our group on Facebook.
You're so...
It's the name of our group chat.
You have terminal idiocy.
If you look on any message I've ever sent about Season Quest, it's one word.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking...
I just thought you were...
Season Quest. It's like Spider-Man.
I'm gonna change the Twitter name to Season Quest one word.
Oh, also, now that you've woken up, Ethan, a little kid, you don't know who he is, runs in. It's Ethan. Spoiler.
Is it the kid who threw the doll?
Yeah, he runs in and he's like, "You guys did it. I'm up."
I'm really glad to see that, Ethan.
He looks really happy.
Nice job, kiddo.
Oh, so we fully remember our shared...
Yeah, remember everything that
Wow.
happened in Puppet World. It wasn't a dream. It was real to you, at least.
Mm-hmm.
You're so strong.
Yeah, I've only been asleep for a couple weeks. You guys are so weak.
I want to live now. Ow! Ah! My arm!
Children!
He's a little shit. He,
Apologize when we put you back in Puppet World.
Seen you through the bush.
You can stand up, but you do need assistance. You need, like, a walker. And it hurts a lot to stand.
Hey, Ethan, can you go and ask the nurses to see if they found that lost toy?
Sure. And he runs out of the room with an energy unlike anything.
Yeah, that kid a Red Bull.
Crack, actually. The opioid problem.
I take my walker, which is Butler branded, and I slowly make my way out of my bed, and I look over at Melina and to the doctor, hopefully.
And the doctor goes, she's been like that for months. She's in and out, but this is her longest sleep so far.
Has the family been coming in?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's had plenty of family coming in. Her little brother just ran through here, so... Or big brother. Her big brother.
Middle brother.
Huh?
He's in between her age.
He's somewhere between 9 and 9. And yeah, and she's had plenty of family visiting. I mean, yeah, we're just hoping we can figure out what's wrong with her. But, I mean, you got along with her before you went to sleep, so...
And now I hate her.
And now I think she's a bitch.
Yes, you know what they say, children can open your eyes to things you never thought you'd see, like friendship.
For sure.
Hope.
Yeah, I mean, you should see my kids. They're rabid. If one of them got sick, don't know what I'd do. Doctor, I guess, but, you know, we'll get you a meal. And
no eggs.
And Ethan comes in and is like, they didn't find any toy and nothing, but I can go look in the bush.
Go outside and check the bush.
Yeah, do you want to go do that?
Yeah. Do you guys want to come with me or me alone? Me alone?
Take Nurse Craig with you.
Yeah, how strong are we? Like, could I make it out to the bush? It would take me a long ass time.
You could walk out to the bush. You guys are a lot stronger than Mr. Greyscale, just from the fact that you're not 80.
I might stay in the room and keep an eye over Melina while she sleeps and watch from the window, if that's all right.
Are we in the same room as them?
Currently, no. We all got up and we're walking around a little bit. Is what was said.
You're doing some physio.
I'll go down with you, Ethan.
Yes. Fuck yeah, Poppy. I mean, sorry, Cindy. Sorry, I shouldn't say the F word. Mum says that if I say the F word, I'm gonna go to prison. I went to prison. Remember that? That was crazy. I hope this is gonna go in my head as trauma. I'm not gonna remember this as real. I'm just really happy to be back. Thanks for helping me and for
I'm-
listening to me.
I'm glad I can help
you
you.
to the audience of Season Quest.
Look. And he shows you his hand, and it's got a little scar on it. Just like in the... Why are you doing that?
Oh my god. Okay, then let's go.
I think I missed something.
The scar. He has a scar on his hand from when he cut his hand open as a puppet.
Oh, right.
But maybe that's why you went to the hospital.
And you get to the bush, and Ethan kind of searches around for a while, but he can't reach very far. But when you reach into the bush, you feel something soft and plush.
I pull it out.
And you got a scruffy little Alma doll. Just like the one you found all those weeks ago.
Here we are, Ethan. Let's go take this back to your sister.
Okay. Should I give it to her? And I'll be like, put it down, and I'll go, sorry.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Well, you guys are down playing with bushes. So, I mean, we got out. What's the deal with Melina?
She hasn't woken. Apparently, this is the longest she's been under. I kind of assumed that when she, disappeared from the puppet world, that maybe she'd woken up here and
She did ask someone to stay behind. Maybe like she knew
that she
she
couldn't
couldn't
get out.
go. How are you feeling?
Weak, hungry. Look, this little girl showed me that there was more to people. I'd lost faith in humanity and, well, puppetry until I met you and Poppy, but
I never want to see another puppet again.
No.
Ethan runs in with the puppet.
I got a toy. I got a toy.
I hope she can wake up. I don't want to see her stuck in another world or a dream or
It wasn't too bad in there.
Look, it seems like they found something out the window there in the bush.
Ethan comes back with the toy that I just said he came in saying, I got a toy. I got a toy. He walks out and he goes, I'm going to give it to Melina now. And he walks up and he's like, I found you. And he gives it to Melina. He goes, sorry for throwing him away. It's just, I thought he was kind of boring, but you like him. So, yeah. And when he gives it to her, she sort of snuggles it kind of close to her and pulls it in. And after a couple days of her holding the toy, her eyes open up and she goes, hello?
Hello?
I imagine we're still all in the hospital because we literally just woke up with
Yeah.
years of coma.
Yeah, you are all still in the hospital. Hello?
Melina?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get you guys trapped there. I just thought we were having fun.
It's okay, Melina. You weren't trying to be mean or anything, and you know now.
Yeah, I know for next time I have psychic powers.
You know now that you've hurt our feelings and you've apologized, and we all really appreciate it, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's right. And now that you've woken up and we're all in here for a bit longer, I indicate the toy that's, she's snuggled up with. I suppose we could play a little longer.
Charlie really doesn't want to.
Not like a sleep play, regular play.
Yeah. Do you want to? We could go back to everything. I can play Alma, and you guys can not like in the here.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I take my newspaper because I'm sure I have a newspaper beside me as a
And you
know,
go.
and I hand it to Cindy.
I fold up a little paper crane with some newspaper.
Yeah. And you guys have a good time.
I pop an old sock over my hand. I'm a lizard.
I wrap myself up in a sheet and I go, hey, buddy, bobbity.
And you guys have fun playing Melina's favorite game, Craftastrophe.
And, as soon as we have any kind of need for food or anything else, I'll ring my emergency buzzer. Dr. Butler! Butler? Doctor?
Yes, I'm your doctor. You are the most needy patient. And that's been Season Quest Puppets.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh,
Do you guys want to do a little epilogue for your characters, or are you okay with that being the end of it all?
I know what I would have Poppy do. What
Yeah,
Cindy
go on.
do.
Cindy Crawford. Just a reminder that this is Cindy Crawford.
Yes, I know.
Cindy Crawford, the famous model.
Cindy, after getting better, would have a little change of career. She would go into teaching. She would teach like primary school age children. and tries to keep that same kind of light presence. She kind of realised her favourite thing about the show was, you know, like working with children, like teaching all the fun stuff and trying to like make learning a better experience. So she keeps with that. And that's Cindy.
Caesar?
Benico goes on to start a semi-successful comic run called Melinopolis of a superhero, but reimagined dark and gritty.
Yeah, and then he also starts a podcast called Season Quest. He plays a superhero. And finally, Robert Grayford.
Robert Grayford has lived a long life. He's raised a family. He's gone to war. He's been a police detective. He's spent a long time in the hospital and recovered from bullet wounds, or not quite recovered, of course.
I think there was alcoholism in there too.
Yeah, that was part of a liver failure.
Bit of the alcoholism, and it was near a bullet wound, so everything was just getting worse.
And there were a tumor.
Not
It was
good.
just all really
There was a
bad.
tumor too. Not a good combo on that liver.
Yeah.
The doctor said they mostly fixed bits, but it was getting worse, and unfortunately, it did. Robert Grayford did pass away in the hospital, but every night when he'd go to sleep, he'd have daydreams at night of playing games with Melina, solving cases that she came up with, and travelling around all of Demolina town, seeing all of the puppet friends they made along the way, and reminiscing and just playing games and enjoying a beautiful, colourful world.
Better than the grey one that he's became used to.
Bye, old man.
It's over.
Good shit.
Good season, Tom.
That was an amazing
Well done.
season,
Yeah.
Tom. Yay!
Thank you for listening to Season Quest Puppets. You can find us at Season Quest Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Lucy, and I was playing Poppy Mâché, or Cindy Crawford.
I'm Charlie, and I was playing Caesar Canvas, aka Kaiser Canvas, aka Benico, last name, Deltrade.
And I was Troy J. Malcolm. I was playing Mr. Greyscale, aka Robert Grayford. And next season, I'll be your DM.
Where are we going?
Space.
In Season Quest Cosmos.
Throw things up, don't come down.
But before then...
I was Tom. I DM'd. Thank you for listening. I had fun. I was also really stressed out. I just really like Muppets and puppets in general. And I wanted to do some creepy weird shit with Muppets and puppets and do a little mystery.
It was creepy weird shit.
It
Yeah.
was. And very puppety and very fun.
I want to thank Cyan, Tegan, and Jay for coming up with a bunch of puppet names, and all my players for playing.
Yay.
And
That's
also
right.
thank you,
You're
Jim
welcome.
Henson, for making Muppets, because
Thank you, Jim.
they have so much swag. That's it. Next season, Cosmos.